بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين، والصلاة والسلام على أشرف الأنبياء والمرسلين سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وأصحابه أجمعين. Tonight, as the world sleeps, a conversation is taking place, a silent exchange between the servant and his Lord. Somewhere, a tear falls onto a prayer mat. A whisper escapes trembling lips. A heart, shattered by life's burdens, pleads for relief. But tell me, does the sky hear? How many times have you raised your hands, begging Allah to open a door, only to find yourself staring at the same locked gate? How many nights have you poured your sorrows into sujood, only to wake up to the same heartbreak? And now a thought begins to creep into your heart. Is Allah listening? Or have my sins built walls too high for my voice to pass through? O servant of Allah, do you think your whispers are lost in the wind? Do you think your pleas are ignored? Or is it that you have not yet discovered the secret, the key that can unlock the gates of the unseen? Have you ever felt like you are calling out into the void? That your words rise to the sky but return unanswered? Have you ever stood in the darkness of your room, tears streaming down your face, whispering to Allah, yet seeing no change? You are not alone. How many hearts have broken in sujood, pleading for relief? How many hands have been raised in the depths of the night, begging for mercy, for guidance, for a door to open? And yet, how many of those hands lowered with despair, thinking their prayers were ignored? But let me ask you, is it Allah who does not respond, or is it we who do not understand the secrets of dua? Allah Jal Jalala says, وَقَالَ رَبُّكُمُ ادْعُونِي أَسْتَجِبْ لَكُمْ. And your Lord says, call upon me, I will respond to you. Surah Al-Ghafour 40:60. Do you believe this? Truly believe it? Or are you like the one who throws a seed into the ground and walks away, impatient, doubting if it will ever grow? Dua is the essence of worship. The Prophet said, Ad-du'a'u huwa al-ibadah. Dua is the essence of worship. Tirmidhi. Why? Because when you raise your hands, when you speak to Allah, you are admitting that you are powerless and He is the all-powerful. You are surrendering, humbling yourself, and acknowledging that only He controls your destiny. But dua is not merely a wish whispered into the wind. It has conditions, secrets, and a power that can shake the heavens, but only if you know how to unlock it. 1. Dua must come from a heart that truly needs Allah. Some call upon Allah like they are testing Him. If you answer me, I will believe in you. Others invoke Him as an afterthought, as if they have other options. But do you know who sees their dua answered? The one who has no other door to knock on. The one who, like Yunus alayhi salam in the belly of the whale, calls out with certainty, La ilaha illa anta subhanak, inna kuntu min al-zalimin. There is no God but you, glory be to you, indeed, I was among the wrongdoers. Surah Al-Anbiya 21:87. And what did Allah do? He saved him. Do you think your situation is worse than that of Yunus alayhi salam? Do you think your darkness is deeper than the belly of the whale? The right time and the right state. There are moments when the heavens are wide open, when Allah's mercy descends like rain. Do you know them? The last third of the night, when the world sleeps, but the lovers of Allah rise. The time of iftar, when the fasting person's dua is never rejected. Between the adhan and iqamah, when the hearts are soft, awaiting salah. In sujood, when you are the closest to your Lord. And yet, how many of us miss these moments? How many of us waste the time of iftar scrolling through our phones instead of whispering our needs to Allah? 3. Faith that Allah will answer. The Prophet said, Ad'u Allah wa antum muqinun bil ijaba. Call upon Allah while being certain of the response. Tirmidhi. But here is where many fail. They ask, but in their hearts there is doubt. They say, maybe Allah will respond, maybe He won't. How can a weak, hesitant knock open the doors of the heavens? When you call upon Allah, do it with the certainty that He hears you, that He is answering you even if you do not see it yet. 4. Allah's delay is not a rejection. Some dua is answered immediately. Some are delayed for your own good. Some is saved for you in the hereafter as a reward beyond what you can imagine. You may be asking for something that would harm you, and Allah, in His mercy, is holding it back. You may be pleading for ease, but Allah knows that your hardship is the fire that will purify your soul and bring you back to Him. He is answering, always. But are you patient enough to see how? O you who are waiting, O you who are calling out, do not lower your hands in despair. Keep knocking on the door of the Most Merciful, because the door of Allah never closes. The transformative power of Ramadan. There comes a time in your life when you look at yourself in the mirror and ask, who have I become? You see the weight of your sins in your eyes, the prayers you missed, the nights wasted in distractions, the days spent chasing a world that gives nothing in return. And deep inside you feel the emptiness, like a traveler lost in the middle of an endless desert, searching for water, but finding nothing but mirages. But then Allah, in His infinite mercy, gives you a gift, a door that opens once a year, a chance to wipe away everything and start again. Ramadan, a month where the chains of shaitan are broken, you see. The rest of the year, shaitan whispers, and we listen. He invites, and we follow. He paints sins as sweet, and we fall into them without thinking. But then Ramadan arrives, and suddenly, the whispers are silenced. The chains tighten around the devils. The distractions of the dunya fade. And for the first time in months, maybe even years, you feel something inside you that you almost forgot. Peace, a calmness in the heart, a lightness in the soul. The Prophet said, إِذَا جَاءَ رَمَضَانُ فُتِحَتْ أَبْوَابُ الْجَنَّةِ وَغُلِّقَتْ أَبْوَابُ النَّارِ وَسُلْسِلَةِ الشَّيَاطِينِ. When Ramadan comes, the gates of paradise are opened, the gates of hell are closed, and the devils are chained. Bukhari, Muslim. If shaitan is locked away, then why do some of us still struggle? Because the greatest battle is not against shaitan, it is against yourself. 2. Fasting, the fire that purifies the soul. Fasting is not just about hunger and thirst. If that was all it took to reach Allah, then every poor person would be the closest to Him. No, fasting is a battle against your desires, a battle against your laziness, a battle against the habits that have controlled you all year. You hold back from food, from water, from intimacy, not because you cannot have them, but because you are proving something. Ya Allah, I can say no for your sake. I can control myself for your pleasure. I can be better because I want to come back to you. Allah says, يا أيها الذين آمنوا كتب عليكم الصيام كما كتب على الذين من قبلكم لعلكم تتقون. O you who believe, fasting has been prescribed for you as it was prescribed for those before you, so that you may attain taqwa. Surah Al-Baqarah 2:83. Taqwa. Awareness of Allah. Fear of losing Him. The state of knowing He sees you, hears you, is with you in every moment. That is what fasting teaches you. Discipline over your body so you can awaken your soul. 3. Ramadan. The month where destinies change. There are people who entered Ramadan drowning in sin and left it purified, forgiven, transformed. There are those who had their du'as waiting for years, doors of marriage, children, wealth, health, peace, only to find them unlocked in these sacred nights. And then there are those who saw Ramadan come, felt its blessing, but let it slip away like sand between their fingers. Which one will you be? The Prophet said, "Man sama Ramadana imanan wahtisaban, ghufira lahu ma taqaddama min dhanbih." Whoever fasts Ramadan with faith and seeking reward, his past sins will be forgiven. Bukhari, Muslim. Every sin, every mistake, every regret you carry in your heart, it can all be erased. But the question remains, will you take advantage of this mercy, or will you let it pass you by? The secret of the last third of the night. There are moments in life when you feel abandoned, when the weight of this world presses so heavily on your chest that even breathing feels exhausting. When you look around and no one understands the storm raging inside you. Your friends are asleep. Your family is unaware. The people you once trusted are nowhere to be found. But tell me, when the entire world is asleep, when the streets are silent, when even the birds rest in their nests, who do you think is awake? Who do you think is watching over you, waiting for you, calling you? The answer has been given to you by the Prophet. ينزل ربنا تبارك وتعالى كل ليلة إلى السماء الدنيا حين يبقى ثلث الليل الآخر فيقول: من يدعوني فأستجيب له، من يسألني فأعطيه، من يستغفرني فأغفر له. Our Lord descends to the lowest heaven every night, in the last third of the night, and He says, "Who is calling upon me so that I may answer him? Who is asking me so that I may give him? Who is seeking my forgiveness so that I may forgive him?" Bukhari, Muslim. 1. Who do you run to? When life breaks you, when your heart is shattered, when your dreams collapse, who do you run to first? Your best friend, your mother, social media, hoping for a distraction. But the one who holds the keys to your happiness, the one who controls your destiny, the one who can change your entire life in an instant, He is waiting for you in the last third of the night. Not just listening, not just watching, waiting, calling, asking. Who is asking me so I may give him? What kind of king calls out to his servants in the depths of the night, inviting them to ask whatever they want? Only Allah, the most loving, the most merciful too. The time when destinies are rewritten. There are people who spend their nights crying in sujood, pleading for a righteous spouse, for a child after years of infertility, for wealth after years of struggle, for relief from an illness that doctors had given up on. And they received it. Not because they were special, not because they were more deserving than you, but because they knew when to ask. Allah Jal Jalaluhu says, وَبِالْأَسْحَارِ هُمْ يَسْتَغْفِرُونَ. And in the hours before dawn, they would seek forgiveness. Surah Ad-Dariyat 51:18. These are the people whose hearts woke up before their bodies, who dragged themselves out of their warm beds onto a cold floor and whispered to their Lord while the world was asleep. And Allah answered them. Because this is the time when du'as are not rejected. This is the time when sins are erased. This is the time when doors that were once locked swing open. 3. How to capture this moment. How many nights have passed where you scrolled through your phone until sleep overtook you? How many nights have you wasted thinking, tomorrow I will wake up? But tomorrow never comes. The last third of the night is not just for the scholars. It is not just for the righteous. It is for you. If you are drowning in sin, this is your chance to be forgiven. If you are lost and confused, this is your chance to find clarity. If you are heartbroken and desperate, this is your chance to be healed. So what will you do? Will you sleep through the greatest opportunity of your life? Or will you rise and call upon the one who is waiting for you? There will come a day when life will break you, a day when the people you loved the most will walk away, a day when your wealth will vanish, your health will fail, or your dreams will shatter before your eyes. A day when you will cry, but no one will hear you. When you reach out, no one will take your hand. And in that moment, a voice will whisper to you, "Where is your Lord now?" Will you listen to that whisper? Or will you remember that the ones Allah loves the most, He tests them the hardest? 1. When Allah loves a servant, He tests them. The Prophet said, إِذَا أَحَبَّ اللَّهُ عَبْدًا ابْتَلَاهُ. When Allah loves a servant, He tests them. Tirmidhi. But why? If Allah loves you, shouldn't He give you an easy life? Shouldn't He clear the path for you, remove every hardship, and protect you from pain? Tell me, what happens when gold is placed into fire? It burns, it melts, it loses its shape. But when it is taken out, it shines brighter than before. Allah tests you not to break you, but to purify you. To remove the arrogance, the attachment to this dunya, the sins that are chaining you down, to make you shine in His eyes. 2. The prophets were tested. The most, you are not the first to feel abandoned. You are not the first to cry yourself to sleep, to feel the weight of the world pressing on your chest. Have you forgotten the story of Ayub alayhi salam? A man who once had everything, wealth, children, health, and then one by one Allah took it all away. His body became so diseased that his flesh decayed. His wealth was gone. His children were buried. Even his own people abandoned him. And in that moment, did Ayub alayhi salam curse his Lord? Did he say, "Why me?" No. He simply whispered, "Inna massaniya ludurru wa anta arhamu lirrahimin." Indeed, hardship has touched me, and you are the most merciful of the merciful. Surah Al-Anbiya 21:83. And Allah replaced everything he lost with something better. What about Yusuf alayhi salam? Betrayed by his own brothers, thrown into a well, sold as a slave, imprisoned for a crime he did not commit. For years he suffered in silence, but in the end, Allah raised him to a rank he never imagined. What about our Prophet? Orphaned as a child, mocked, beaten, driven out of his home. watching his beloved wife Khadija radiallahu anha take her last breath, holding his own son Ibrahim as he died in his arms. If the most beloved to Allah were tested, who are we to think we will be spared? 3. Your patience is worth more than you know. When the trial comes, Shaitan will whisper, if Allah loved you, He wouldn't have done this to you. But know this, the patience you show today will be your light on the day of judgment. Allah Jal Jalaluhu says, إِنَّمَا يُوَفَّى لِلصَّابِرُونَ أَجْرَهُمْ بِغَيْرِ حِسَابٍ. Indeed, the patient will be given their reward without measure. Surah Az-Zumar 39:10. Do you know what without measure means? It means on the day of judgment, when others are waiting to see if their deeds are enough, you will walk straight to Jannah. No calculations, no weighing of deeds. Because you endured in this life, Allah will grant you eternity in the next. 4. What will you do when the test comes? When the hardship comes, you have two choices. You can complain, you can despair, you can say, why me? Or you can fall into sujood and say, Ya Allah, I do not understand your wisdom, but I trust you. You can either let the test break you or let it elevate you. Which will you choose? The key to changing one's destiny. Have you ever felt trapped? As if your life is a cycle of the same struggles, the same failures, the same pain? Have you ever looked up at the sky and thought, is this all there is for me? There are people who have suffered for years, waiting for a door to open. People who have watched their dreams slip through their fingers, believing their fate was sealed. But what if I told you, your destiny is not set in stone? What if I told you that with one sincere call to Allah, you could rewrite the script of your life? The Prophet said, La Laylatul Qadr illa du'a. Nothing repels destiny except dua. Tirmidhi. Think about that. Think about the power in those words. If something was written for you, failure, heartbreak, poverty, dua can erase it. If something was not written for you, marriage, success, peace, dua can bring it into existence. 1. The formula for unlocking your destiny. Some people make dua casually, like they are making a wish. They raise their hands, say a few words, and walk away. Then they wonder why nothing changes. But dua is not a wish. It is a weapon. A key that unlocks the doors of the unseen. And like every powerful key, it has a formula. 1. Istighfar. Seeking forgiveness. The sins you carry, whether you realize it or not, are blocking your blessings. How can you expect Allah to open the doors of mercy when you have locked them with your own actions? Allah Jal Jalaluhu says, وَقُلْتُ اسْتَغْفِرُوا رَبَّكُمْ إِنَّهُ كَانَ غَفَّارًا يُرْسِلِ لِلسَّمَاءَ عَلَيْكُمْ مِدْرَارًا وَيُمْدِدْكُمْ بِأَمْوَالٍ وَبَنِينَ وَيَجْعَلْ لَكُمْ جَنَّةٍ وَيَجْعَلْ لَكُمْ أَنْهَارًا. And I said, seek forgiveness from your Lord. Indeed, He is the perpetual forgiver. He will send rain upon you in abundance, and increase you in wealth and children, and provide for you gardens and rivers. Surah Nuh 71:10-12. Istighfar is not just about seeking forgiveness. It is about removing the barriers that block your destiny. 2. Salawat. Sending peace upon the Prophet. There is a secret weapon that makes your dua unstoppable. The Prophet said, كل دعاء محجوب حتى يصلى على محمد وآل محمد. Every supplication is suspended until one sends blessings upon Muhammad and his family. Tabarani. Every dua you make stays in the sky until you send salawat upon the Prophet. The scholars say that when you begin your dua with salawat and end it with salawat, Allah is too generous to accept the beginning and the end and reject what is in between. 3. Certainty. Asking as if you see the answer. The Prophet said, Ad'u Allah wa antum muqinun bil ijaba. Call upon Allah while being certain of the response. Tirmidhi. Some people raise their hands in dua, but deep down, they have already convinced themselves that nothing will change. How can you expect the door to open if you knock without believing anyone is on the other side? You must ask with certainty, not hope, no doubt. Certainty. 2. How dua changed the lives of the great before us. Have you heard the story of Zakaria alayhi salam? An old man with a wife who was barren. By every human standard, it was impossible for him to have a child. And yet, he still made dua. Rabbi habli min ladunka dhurriyatan tayyibatan. Innaka sami'u lid-du'a. My Lord, grant me from yourself a good offspring. Indeed, you are the hearer of supplication. Surah Al-Imran 338. And what happened? Allah responded, Ya Zakaria, inna nubashiruka bighulamin smuhu Yahya lam naj'al lahu min qablu samiyan. O Zakaria, indeed, we give you good tidings of a boy whose name will be Yahya. We have not assigned it to anyone before this name. Surah Maryam 19:7. An impossible situation changed by one dua. What about you? Is your problem greater than that of Zakaria alayhi salam? Is your situation beyond the reach of Allah's mercy? Or have you simply not asked with the same certainty? 3. Will you take control of your destiny? You can sit and watch your life remain the same. You can complain, blame fate, and accept that this is just the way things are. Or you can do what was the greatest before you did. Turn to Allah with every ounce of your soul, because the question is not whether Allah will respond. The question is, will you ask Him like you truly believe it? My brother, my sister, Ramadan is passing. Every day that fades is a door that closes, an opportunity that slips away. Will you leave this month unchanged? Or will you be among those whom Allah chooses to elevate, purify, and bless? The past does not define you, but what you do now will. Return to Allah with sincerity, with consistency, with a heart full of dua. Because nothing is lost for the one who turns back to his Lord. May Allah guide us, forgive us, and accept us. Subhanallah wa bihamdihi, wa Allahu Akbar.